Well, this may not look like much, but this is my little room to rebuild transmissions. Granted, when I tear one down, I do it in the back of my truck, because I don't like a dirty work area. Clean is the best. So I'll do everything I need to do to gut it in my truck. Get rid of the oil and everything out there. Clean the parts up out there. And also the case and bell housing and what have you. And once it's all cleaned up out there, I'll bring them in here and build them like I did back at the old place. The old place I had a room that I rebuilt the transmissions in and also painted, but I will not be doing any painting in this room. That will be done out in the truck. My truck's got a camper shell, so that really helps. So, and it's a 97 Chevy 3500 dually. So yeah, it's got a pretty good bed to do a lot of stuff in. So, first starter, so that's my personal transmission. That has got everything to do that Sonex has ever built in it. And I'm not kidding. It's everything in it. It's all Sonex, Alto Red Eagle clutches, BorgWarner Force Sprags, 13 vein pump. The second apply servo piston is not a Corvette servo. It's also a Sonex 2-4 second apply servo, along with the fourth apply. Also made by Sonex, so that is my baby. I know it sounds funny, but I really don't care. It's my baby, so everything, it got the best of the best of the best transmission parts. That's where it's got all Sonex, so that's a Sonex built. And then we got the 4L60E out of the Cadillac Escalade. This transmission was once black, like that. And then I sold it to a guy in Layton, Utah. He gave it to the shop to install it into his little truck, daily driver, I guess. And then they didn't put the torque converter in all the way. And so the torque converter damaged the pump. They literally forced this to bolt up to the engine, and they literally broke off one of these ears on the other side. So they literally forced it to fit, and then in the process, it was not connected correctly. What happened is the torque converter pushed against the rotor in the pump because the torque converter and rotor was not meshed right on the lugs. So they just forced it in there, went ahead and ran it and started it anyway. And the rotor carved out the stator part of the pump, destroyed it. And then the stator part of the shaft, this part right here, got all destroyed. And then the input shaft got destroyed. So I had to wind up getting a whole new pump, whole new input shaft, new stator, new bell housing, and also an oil pan, because it looked like when they took it out, because it didn't work, they let it literally fall on the ground and put a big old dent in that corner of the oil pan. So had to get a new oil pan. So I got it back from him, gave him back his $1,700. I wind up biting the bullet and spent about, let's see, what was it? A little over $500 to put this back online for sale. So there it is. And instead of going back with black, I gave it the aluminum color oil spray paint that's meant for these transmissions, I guess, and painted it that way. And this one happens to be, well, it was a core from a guy, what was it? I think it was Murray. It came out of a 97 Chevy Silverado, I think it was, 1500. guy had inherited it from his family, and because they were just going to scrap the whole truck and be done with it. Very nice looking truck, by the way. So he got a hold of me. I sold him a transmission like this, but with that same color scheme and with the K shown. Like, I don't know what else to call it, but you can easily see the K on it. So it was just like that for L60E. But it was I think it was the transmission was a 95, and he put it into a 97. So perfectly. I talked to him recently. He's still doing great. He's really impressed with it. Hell's Treasures with it. Couldn't be happier with it. So, and this one came out of a, this guy keeps telling me 2 different years, so I don't know which one to believe him, which one to believe, whatever. Oh, I don't even think it's good to, yeah, 2001. So he says it's 2001, 2003 Chevy Trailblazer. I don't know which one of the two, if he's whatever. So anyway, the chassis number on this is 2001, so we're just going to go with 2001 Chevy Trailblazer. I showed a shaft, but it's kind of protected, so it won't get damaged. So there's that one, and then let's see which one's next. That would be that one. That one I bought out of a junkyard in East Carbon City, Utah. What was it? In 2025. It was laying on the ground. I don't know what it came out of. The guy, I guess, from what the guy at the junkyard said, is that when he got it, he tried to fix it, get it built to work in his truck, and it just never worked out. So he gave up on it and scrapped it, gave it to the junkyard. When I got this transmission, it did not have a pump in it. In all reality, I bought this transmission for its valve body to put in to that one. So that one's valve body, and that is the blue one's original pump. Well, it's not really the original pump. I mean, what am I saying? It's a reman pump from a transmission shop back east that I went and they went and they machined it and everything, but I put the parts in, bushings and all that other fun stuff, polished it and painted it. So I don't know what truck it came out of. So from a junkyard transmission to a thing of beauty. And then after this guy, I talked to a guy on this one. I think he said, yeah, it was a 2003 Chevy Blazer, from what he said. So what happened with this one is the guy's son took it down to Salt Lake, and his son ran out of gas in Salt Lake. Somebody helped him tow it, but the son left this transmission in drive while the car was being towed, and it toasted the forward input housing really bad, where I had to literally replace it. So that's what happened to that one. I got it from him for $50. No, $25. Yeah, only because he wanted to get it out of his shed. So I got it, cleaned it up. In fact, there is videos of the build process of this transmission on YouTube right now. I think I got this one. Yeah, I got that one on YouTube. I'm not too sure about that one. And that one was not put on YouTube, and that one wasn't on YouTube either. This one's going to be, or I think sort of is on YouTube. So I'm going to there's a couple of things I want to do to this transmission that I did to this one, and it's that metal vent tube. I've been wanting to do that same thing to this transmission for a long time, but could never come across those metal tubes without it being an arm or leg and all my blood. So I finally found a dealer that sells those vent tubes. So I'm going to put this one basically back on a chopping block, but I'm just going to take the oil pan off, take the TCC solenoid out of the pump, take the pump off, pop out that plastic piece of junk, and put me in a steel vent tube in here. And there is a little modification. Well, it's also made by Sonex. This is one thing I want to do to that valve body. I did some stuff to that valve body before I went in, but there was one thing that I liked about what I did to this one's valve body I want to do to this one. And that is the accumulator valve on the back of the valve body. It's made by Sonex. I want to do the same thing to it that I did to this one. I hope this is what I'm saying. It makes a little bit of sense. If it don't, I'm sorry. If it don't. But anyway, I just want to do a little video of my little, that's the new rebuild kit. I just put it up there to get out of my way. And I'm going to organize this wall and everything. It's room to accommodate everything I need to put these transmissions together. All that fun jazz and crap. And that's the hard parts to, well, it looks like I'm going to have to clean that hub again. Yeah, it's got some silvery stuff on it. So yeah, those are the parts to this blue transmission, and that's the forward input housing for this transmission. I got that pump back there. That is actually to a 4060E, which is the older one of that kind. The where it don't have the pump, it looks like it's got the little tabs on the side. It's identical to that pump, but for a 4060E. In the process of getting that stair half done, putting a new stair shaft in it, and that is actually its front cover in that box. It's got a new 13 vein pump in it, ready to go. Just got to get that done and ready to go. And then we got that pump in there. I'll turn it around there a little bit. There. All rebuilt, ready to go, trying to sell it. And that's what I'm going to do with that other pump, and just sell it. This pump is identical to that pump that I've in process of doing. So got my little bench buddy, my tools there, my Scotch-Brite, mouse trap. This turbulator still kit might go in the blue one. I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of contemplating between the Colleen steel and the black carbon clutch to go in this blue one, but I'm not too sure what I want to do yet. I mean, like that transmission there, it's got the a full set of Alta Radical clutches and a full set of the black Colleen steels all the way through it. with Alto Red Eagle also made the steel mold piston. So they got the blue, the Hyper Blue, they got the OEM black, and now they got the red. That Alto Red Eagle piston, steel mold pistons, is in that transmission. Put that back where I had to put it. It's also got the well, I already said it's got everything Sonics, but I don't want to go and keep repeating myself. I was going to mention a couple of the parts, but I really don't need to do that. So I built this transmission to go behind a 388 stroker motor that I have out on my truck for a 84 Firebird, which my plans on that 84 Firebird has changed, so I'm going to do something else with that stroker and this transmission. So it will be paired up with the 380 stroker. I just gotta get a torque converter for it. Yeah. Put it in there. I have to say I have to do some touching up on my transmission because in the process of moving, they've got a couple nicks on them. That was all really beautiful. That's the aluminum dust cover. Really had that looking good. I mean, it's not really a paint. It's more like, kind of like a kind of like a rubberized kind of coating. I thought it looked good, pretty good. It actually looked good, but now it's all scraped up. I might just go ahead and just give it a gloss black kind of look. I gotta touch up all of them. But I did have these wrapped up in storage, but they don't need to be wrapped up being in here. Plus, I like to be able to admire them. I mean, that one's for sale, that one's for sale, that one's for sale, and so is that one. Now, if somebody gives me a $5,000 bill, I'll go ahead and let that one go. I know I said I was going to pair it with the other motor, but, you know, somebody shows me $5,000, I'll let it go. And maybe apply that to engine go too if somebody gives me $6,000 for it. Cat. What are you doing? Spying. Yeah, that is a torque converter for that transmission. So I gotta go through that crate. I got a lot of new parts in there I gotta sort out. I got that pan full of used parts I gotta sort out. Fort Pilgrim Planetary. So I'm gonna put my little shippy flag up. So anyway, like I said, I just wanted to do a little video of my little transmission in this room. So. Spooky. Anyway, that'd be it.